I'm Edward Warfield, the publisher of Citybiz. I'm honored today to interview Matthew Reeds, the Deputy Director of Baltimore Homecoming. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you so much for having me, Edwin.
In March of this year, you were appointed Deputy Director of Baltimore Homecoming. Tell us about your background and the decision to join Baltimore Homecoming.
Of course. Again, Edwin, thanks for having me on. My name is Matthew Reeds. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. So I love Baltimore, everything Baltimore. I went to Baltimore Polytechnic Institute High School here in the city. I went to Morgan State University, where I served on their Board of Regents, and left Baltimore for about a year and a half. Went to New York, where I worked at Goldman Sachs in their finance arm. Decided I wanted to come back into the city, and so I did an AmeriCorps fellowship with the mayor's office here in Baltimore. It was an exciting opportunity. Worked with the mayor's office of Children and Family Success, and then I left to go to business school full time. So I just graduated this past May from Johns Hopkins Carey Business School, and so my career so far has really been focused on bettering Baltimore and having a strong commitment to the citizens of Baltimore and the work that's going on in the city. And so that's kind of what led me to Baltimore Homecoming. Always have seen kind of the work that Baltimore Homecoming did to really help to mobilize a alumni community within the city, and was attracted to it. So excited to be a part of the team. And yeah.
So, can you provide an introduction to Baltimore Homecoming?
Of course, yes. So Baltimore Homecoming, we launched in 2018. It's a nonprofit organization in the city that's really committed to mobilizing a network of accomplished Baltimoreans. So we have an alumni community that people who are based around the world. And so it's important that we do this because we're really trying to spark new collaborations and to drive new investments into Baltimore's future. And so we do this through the people who are on the ground, building a new future for us every day. And through our community, we've seen a lot of sparks of alumni collaborating with some of our community partners. So, I'm really excited about the mission, and it excites me every day.
And can you share who the founders of Baltimore Homecoming and their vision? I know it was Nate Lowenthal and J.M. Shapiro.
Yes, so Nate and JM are our founders, and so they are phenomenal. They had the vision of Baltimore Homecoming. It was based off of Detroit Homecoming, and so from that, we obviously put our Baltimore flair on it, and they really helped to imagine the organization.
And so, what will be your focus as deputy director?
Of course. So my focus as deputy director is really leading our two core signature community programs. So we have our Baltimore Homecoming Hero Awards, and then we have our Crab Tank pitch competition. And so with our Homecoming Hero Awards, we're really looking for the people, leaders, and doers throughout Baltimore who are making change every day in their community. And so we do that through a public nominations process where the public tells us who these people, leaders, and doers are. And through our Crab Tank pitch competition, we are it was launched in 2019, and we have our sponsor, M&T Bank. And really through this program, we're really trying to spotlight and provide a platform for small to medium-sized businesses in Baltimore. So the winner of Crab Tank receives a $25,000 grand prize.
And so when are they held?
Of course. So right now, and actually, we're in the voting phase of our Crab Tank pitch competition. And so soon we'll be announcing our finalists for our Crab Tank pitch competition. And July 5th, voting begins for our Homecoming Heroes Awards, where we'll be asking the public to vote on the semifinalists who are in the competition. So really excited for that.
And so what is on the roadmap of Baltimore Homecoming? What can we expect in the coming years?
Of course. So recently, we launched our regional events. And really through these regional events, we're really trying to connect with alumni throughout the country. So we've been on the road to Atlanta, LA, New York, Chicago, various cities throughout the country. And really, we're trying to connect our community partners with our alumni community. So we bring our community partners on the road with us, and we have, as I like to call them, mini Baltimore homecomings, where we go across the country and we tell the good news about Baltimore and share with our alumni community what's happening. So we can definitely expect for our regional events to obviously grow and for deeper connections to happen and take place through those.
So you're the co-founder of the Reads Fund, which is an organization created to educate, advocate, and liberate individuals and families in Baltimore shaped by autism. Can you tell us about that program and the impact that it's had?
Of course. Thanks so much for asking about the Reads Fund. So, um, initially launched Reads Fund in 2019. My sister was diagnosed with autism, and so we really wanted to figure out a way within Baltimore how we could, one, give back to this community, but then also how to, as you mentioned, educate, advocate, and liberate families throughout Baltimore that are shaped by autism. And so we launched a scholarship program where we are giving away $1,000 for young adults who are on the autistic spectrum to continue their education. And we also pair them with a mentor to kind of help guide them throughout that process. So yeah, it's phenomenal. We host an event every year called Artists for Autism. And this is our primary fundraiser, and we highlight young adults who are autistic and share their talents as well. A lot of them are artists and do a lot of great work in the community.
And so, is there any part of the Matthew Reed story or the Baltimore homecoming story that you haven't shared with us that you'd like to share with us?
Great question. I would just like to share. I think you know, Baltimore Homecoming is just an awesome organization. It's been a pleasure to one follow it as it was created, but then also now to be a part of the team and the progress that has been made throughout the short years that it's been founded and the impact that has that Baltimore Homecoming is making throughout the community. I think it's one awesome opportunity. But then also, I've been really blessed and amazed to be a part of a community of people who are really on the ground doing the work and really learning from them a lot around how change can take place within Baltimore and just inspired every day. So, yeah, that's what I'd like to share. I think it's really exciting and just invigorating to be a part of a community who are just really committed to seeing Baltimore's future. And so, yeah, as a native of Baltimore, I love to see the work that is being done in the city.
And tell us about the Cary Business School. Tell us about that experience and what is your sort of big takeaway from that for getting an MBA.
Of course. So I started my MBA journey in 2021. As you mentioned, I went to Johns Hopkins Cary Business School. I was a Baltimore scholar, so I was fortunate to receive a full scholarship to Cary Business School. Um, so it was a great experience. I think that the MBA really taught me a lot around management and a lot around social impact change and really how to use business in nonprofit organizations and within the city as well to be able to drive change. And so I think it really just demystified for me. A lot of people think when you get an MBA, you have to go into super, big business or a large corporation. But those skills are very much needed in the nonprofit sector, and those skills are really needed to make change. And so it was a great experience. I met people from all over the world. We had classmates from over, I want to say, 70 countries. So it was very diverse. And also, I had an opportunity to go to Galapagos for a class that we had, Innovation for Humanity. So I got to study business abroad and really understand how communities can kind of like how innovative approaches can take place in different countries. And so that was really exciting for me to see abroad how we can make change abroad and take some of those lessons back to our town of Baltimore. So it was great.
So, Matthew, I want to thank you for sharing your time and telling us your personal journey and your impact in the Baltimore homecoming. We wish you the best of luck and keep us abreast of your news and make sure we are on the list of the homecoming hero awards. So, thank you for your time.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks so much for this.